Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will see how to enable the evaluation environment for Microsoft Defender for Identity. In here the first step would be to create the Defender for Identity instance. To do that, we have to deploy Microsoft Defender for Identity with Microsoft 365 Defender. So let me just quickly log on to the Microsoft 365 Defender portal and take it from there. Alright, I'm logged on to the Microsoft 365 Defender portal. I will go under, we can select any item such as incidents and alerts, hunting, action center or threat analytics. I'll go with the action center. Okay, let me log in again. It says that I have to initiate the onboarding process. Then I'll be given the option to deploy supported services, including Defender for Identity. I do not see that option here. Let me refresh. And then they say that when I'll go to the Defender for Identity settings, the required cloud components will be auto provisioned. Okay, incidents and alerts. Okay. So what I did was I initiated the Office 365 Office apps from the admin center portal because I was not getting an option on Microsoft 365 Defender portal. So it says it asked me to install that. You can download and install Microsoft 365 on your device. Selecting an option below will assign a 365 license to you. If you want to install different languages, no, I don't want to. I click continue, that I'll do it. If you have a website, you have a domain, in this part of the URL after the www and the part of your email address with the @ okay. If you add your domain now, will help you set up usernames, email addresses with your domain. If people are using, okay, I'm using this domain for my lab. I'll use default domain. Okay. Total Microsoft 365 without audio conferencing license. Users you add here will be assigned a license. Go back and add your own domain. I'll do this later. Okay. The setup is complete. Great job. Thanks for again choosing Microsoft. To update, so if I want to use DKIM records, wait 48 hours for DNS records to fully update. Then I'll use go to domain keys identified mail in the Microsoft 365 Defender portal. I'll just show you what it means. Okay. Domain keys identified mail, which is my DKIM, is an authentication process that can help protect both senders and recipients from forged and phishing email. So this will prove the identity. Now I'll add DKIM signatures to my domain so that recipient know the email messages actually came from the users in my organization. All right. So that is, I'm not doing it right now. I don't want to. I just go to the admin center. Okay. It says that now it will bring up all of the other features that I can go. I'll have users, I'll have devices. Okay, I just logged in again in the incognito window. Now it says response to threats and manage security across your identities. I'll click on next. Explore, next. It is asking me to deploy it. I am deploying it. Portal, Security Center. No, I'm not able to get an option to onboard the vendor for identity. Clients assessments, Privia, Teams Premium. I'm not seeing an option on evaluation as well. Explorer as well. I'm not getting any option. Not sure. It says from the navigation menu, select any item such as incidents and alerts or threat analytics or hunting. I select it. I'm not getting an option. Let me look for it and come back. Okay, I finally found it. So you go under settings and then you click on identities. Then it will create the Microsoft Defender for Identity workspace for you. I should have Googled it before rather than banging my head around this portal. So now this is where this is how you will see the Defender for Identity. You will see sensor, directory services, accounts, action accounts, VPN, portal redirection. Okay, any other options that you will discuss these options one by one, whatever comes in the sequence, so that we can understand how we can enable the evaluation environment and steps and know what these options do. Okay, so the next step is to connect to the Active Directory Forest, your on-prem Active Directory Forest. For that, you'll need Defender for Identity Directory Service Account. So there are some recommendations, which is it is also called as DSA. So DSA or Directory Service Account in Defender for Identity is used by the sensor to perform some functions. So the sensor would connect to the domain controller using the configure DSA option. The sensor queries the domain controller for information on entities seen in network traffic, because it's sensor's job to send that data to my cloud Defender for Identity portal. So one sensor in each domain will be set as a domain synchronizer and is responsible to track the changes. And so if the sensor would see any activities from entities in other domains, it will query that domain via LDAP for information on that entity. There are some types of DSA accounts. You can read more about them on Microsoft documentation. So in a single domain environment with sensors only on domain controllers, no DSA is required. However, if there is no DSA required, Defender for Identity can't calculate the risky lateral movements paths. So you can add credentials, you can say test, you can add your domain. It's a single level domain. You can type in the password and then you can save those credentials when you'll see when you are configuring the Microsoft. When you are configuring to connect the Defender for Identity instance to your on-prem Active Directory. All right. And you will create a global MSA account. So if I want to add the credentials, I should have that account created. So what you will do is you will create the global SMA account to use with Defender for Identity. You will have to grant the permissions to retrieve global SMA accounts password as well. So if you are planning to install the sensor on any ADFS servers, we can use built-in domain controller security group as well. So you will create a global MSA account using the PowerShell commands that is available in Microsoft documentation. You will set permissions required for a DSA. You will install the GMSA account with the name, and then you will validate that the domain controller can retrieve the global MSA's password or global managed service account password or not. And then when that account would be ready, you would come onto the Microsoft 365 Defender portal, click on settings, go to identities, and then you will click on directory service accounts. You will add those credentials here. Right? You will have account name, password, group managed service account as well. You will specify the domain. You will click on save. And if you want to change, you can use the same procedure to change the password for standard Active Directory user accounts, because there is no password set for group managed service accounts. Alright, so this is how you will connect to the Active Directory Forest. Now I'll brief you through the steps of installing and configuring the sensor in the next video. I hope this video was informative for all of you guys. If you have any further queries, please mention them in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.